Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday, January 9th, 2023, and it is a day A. For instrumentals, it's a day 3. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you to please join me and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Go ahead, take a seat. I'm so happy that you're here in school. Whether you had a fantastic weekend full of excitement, maybe just a pretty chill weekend, or maybe for some of us, we didn't have the best weekend. But you know what? What I love is that you guys come into this school and you breathe life into it. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is really, for those of you guys who've ever entered into an empty building, that's really what a school is. It just feels like there's not much going on. You got walls, you got some decorations, sure, you got the flooring, but there's no life. On Mondays, after a weekend, you guys come in and you guys bring life to the school. And that life is full of respect and responsibility and readiness. It is so full of love, care, and encouragement. I no longer have to sit back on Monday and hope that you guys do that. I see so many of you guys doing it every single day. In fact, there was a second grader that I ran into over the weekend who simply said, "Are you saying or are you doing it?" And at first I didn't know what he meant, but then I figured it out. He was asking if I was working on doing it, right? Showing that love, care, and encouragement and not just saying it. And I love that you kids are challenging me. That's really cool. And I hope that you guys challenge each other and show it, okay? All right, so let's go over our lunch menu for today. We've got 4 choices. Your first choice, your hot meal, is a classic school lunch. And the older you get, some of you guys might end up missing it. It's a grilled cheese with the tomato soup. And then choice 2 is a warrior munchie meal. Choice 3 for kindergarten through 2nd grades, the lunchbox meal with turkey. And then for 3rd through 6th grades, a turkey sandwich. And last but not least, it's a sun butter sandwich. That's choice 4. Make sure you select what you want to eat. And of course, if you're a packer, you're already good to go. All right. So remember, we have 3 expectations here at the school. Be respectful, be responsible, and show that you're ready. We talked a lot about this at the assembly last Friday, and so many of you guys really know it. And once again, so many of you guys, as I shared earlier, are beginning to show it more. You guys are challenging each other to also show it, and that's really cool. Don't forget that this month, as we kick off this 2023 year, this new year, we're going to kick off with self-discipline, which is all about respect, right? Sometimes you can't just let yourself do whatever you want to do. Sometimes you've got to think about others. And anytime you think about others and you offer to do the right thing, even when nobody else is looking, that's respect to others as well as to yourself. And you've got to have some self-discipline. Responsibility is all about recognizing our hands and our feet and our mouth, the words that come out of them, can be hurtful. We can use them that way, okay? We all know that. We can, right? But should we? Right? And all of you guys really deep down inside know that the answer is no, you shouldn't. You should choose to use it for the right? Do the right thing even when nobody else is looking. That's self-discipline. Sometimes you want to do the wrong thing because it seems more fun, right? For some of you guys who, I was challenging you guys to do the right things even during the assembly, and everyone said yes, but there was a handful of you guys who said no because you thought it'd be funny, right? But then I don't know if you noticed when you looked around, people were like looking at you like you missed the point. Guys, sometimes what might seem fun, right? Just yelling no when everyone should be yelling yes, all of a sudden it doesn't taste right. Or, if you're intuitive enough, you would figure that out. So guys, think about making sure that you're doing the right thing even when nobody else is looking, okay? Making sure that the things that aren't the right things to do, even though it may seem fun in your head when you do it, sometimes it might come back and bite you. So that's self-discipline. Also show that you're ready. Okay. Now, all of this, right? This, as well as love, care, and encouragement, really tie into making sure that we, remind ourselves that we are destined to do great things. You are destined to do great things if you work at it. And sometimes we have to hold on to a couple sayings sometimes, some quotes that might kind of remind us to do good things or to encourage us, right? There's this quote that I like to think about, and it goes like this. I think I may have shared this. If I haven't, I apologize, but it goes like this. If you don't think small things matter, try going to bed with a mosquito. Okay. Yeah. See, I think most of you guys know a mosquito's tiny, but if that mosquito was caught under your covers at night, it's going to leave a mark or a couple marks, some very itchy marks by the time you wake up the next morning. This particular quote isn't attributed to anyone. Nobody really knows who said it, but I happen to like it. In fact, sometimes when I don't think that the little things that I do matter, I remind myself by using those quotes. Which brings me to one of our sixth graders. One of our sixth graders, Lily Jenkins, is proposing for all of us to celebrate a good quote day. But don't let me explain it to you. Let Lily explain it to you.
Hi guys, I'm Lily from 6th grade, and I would like to announce that we are going to be doing a good quote day this month of January. What is a good quote day, you may be asking? Well, a good quote day is a specific date that we are going to choose in January, where we will hang up a ton of pieces of paper with quotes and designs on them. What I'm hoping to see from you guys is that you will get with a family member or guardian, and you guys will look together either online or if you already have a specific quote, and then write it down on a piece of paper. Then once it's written down, you could decorate around the quote, such as these ones. Like I chose this quote. Whatever brings you down will eventually make you stronger. If you are a soccer fan, or even if you've heard of the name Alex Morgan, that is who said this. And what I did is I decorated some cow print with smiley faces on some of them. And then I have another one that says, life's like a movie. Write your own ending. And that's by Kermit the Frog. And I did popcorn for a movie. I did frog for Kermit the Frog. I did a heart with some wings, and it says love, care, and courage. Now what I would love to see from you guys is do your own type of design, because I feel like it's so much better when you have your own, because it makes it stand out. And I want you guys to stand out in a good way. You may be asking, when are we going to do this? Well, anytime from today till the 27th, you can work on it. On the 27th, you should return your papers to your teachers so that they have it for that day. Then when we come back from school after the 27th, which is a Friday, the next Monday, you will see all your quotes on a piece of wall. Now, if you are a bus rider and you want to see yours, you can try to find it right there. If you are a if you're a walker or a car rider, say one day a week you ride the bus, you can go looking for it. Or even if you are just taking a walk in the hallway, you can try to find yours. Well, this is Lily, and this is my idea. I hope you like it. Bye!
And there you have it. Lily did a great job explaining to us what the Good Quotes Day is. It's a good way to remind ourselves of some good words to encourage us to do the right things, to stick it through, to work hard, no matter what. And it's great to hear what other people think are some amazing quotes as well. So remember, what we want you guys to do is think about these quotes right now. And over time in the next month, okay, by Friday the 27th of January, and we'll send out reminders, we want you to go ahead and make sure to send in your decorated quotes, right? Write them as neatly as possible. Put in some decorations. Get your parents to help out if you don't think your handwriting is all that great, or maybe you don't have a quote off the top of your head. Maybe that's something you could research with your parents. Write them down on a sheet of paper and then go ahead and decorate it. Turn them into your teachers. They'll hold on to it. We'll collect them, and on the 27th, we're going to go ahead with a couple sixth graders and decorate our school with those quotes. On the other hand, if you're not part of that group putting it up, you get to be part of that surprise, right? After the weekend, when you come back on Monday, I believe it's January 30th, you're going to see that there are our hallways will be decorated with all sorts of quotes. You guys can read them, and there's some that I believe are going to become new favorites for you guys. So that'll be really, really exciting. I think it's a fantastic idea. All right, now that was our special announcement. Just moving on to this day in history. Today is January 9th, 2023. Back in 1839, something happened. For all of us who like to get onto different apps to take pictures and things like that, maybe you know about Instagram or things like that. Guys, taking pictures is something that we take for granted. Many years ago, though, I think some of you guys can figure out, before pictures could be taken, you had to rely on people making sketches or painting. Back before 1839, in 1835, the first time there was this publication that kind of recognized that there was this rumor where maybe you don't have to paint. Maybe there's a way to kind of take a snapshot of something going on right there and then. Okay, and sure enough, about 4 years later, on January 9th, 1839, a man in France by the name of Louis Daguerre came together and announced to the world that he had come up with the first method of taking photographs. It's called a daguerreotype. And the daguerreotype was a hit, and there were professional photographers over time who would be able to take pictures and back then it took a while for them to develop, but after those pictures would be developed, you had for the first time an opportunity to see things as they were back then. And yes, if you're guessing was it in color or black and white, if you're guessing it was in black and white, you're correct. It was in black and white. Now, over time, in the next 30 or 40 or 50 years, photographs became more advanced. They still were in the black and white phase, but they became quicker and quicker. But none of that would have started if it wasn't for, back on this day, 1839, Louis Daguerre announced to the world, he has been working on this for a while, the first invention of photography, which is, those were called the daguerreotypes. So pretty cool for those of you guys who like to take pictures. And as you know by now, things are pretty instantaneous. You can do it right off your phone. You don't need all of that fancy equipment. But hey, it had to start somewhere, right? All right, listen, if nobody else has told you this, I want you to hear it from me. I love you, I care about you, and I'm here to encourage you. Guys, as I said before, don't just say it. Do it, show the love, show the care, show the encouragement. Can't wait to see you guys around. Have an amazing day.